What's good, everyone? Welcome to Trinidad Empowerment Network. So today I'm going to cut the nonsense and get straight to the point. It doesn't matter who wins the upcoming general election in Trinidad and Tobago. Irregardless of who wins, I don't anticipate any real change coming, sadly. Not under this current system, not with these same recycled faces. Now, those of you who've watched my videos before have seen me say this or reiterate this or talked about this, and to a lot of criticism from a certain demographic, a certain section of our society. And I've said before, I have some hope that Stuart Young might bring a new energy to the table. Possibly a fresh approach. But I wouldn't put my mortgage on it. Absolutely not. He has, after all, been in the administration for a long time. That said, he was not leader. So for that reason, I have hope. As for the UNC, let's be real. Under their current leader, even their own supporters quietly admit she is not the right person to lead Trinidad and Tobago forward. If anything, I believe she will drag the country backwards. And here are my reasons. This is a person that's aligned herself with people like Donald Trump in the past. I've seen this person call for the return of the death penalty. That's not leadership. That's political posturing and fear-mongering and regressive thinking. It's not the kind of future that we need. It's not the kind of thing we should be discussing from a political standpoint in Trinidad and Tobago. We need to be moving forward. We are now witnessing what a Donald Trump presidency is currently doing to America, destroying it. So this person doesn't inspire me. And honestly, she shouldn't inspire you either. That's if you're being honest with yourself, of course. If you take race out of the equation for just a moment, take race out of it for just one moment, then you might start to see things a little bit more clearly, in line with what I'm trying to say to you, in line with what I'm talking about. Take race completely out of it. Look at what's happening to the US. Trump supporters voted like they were part of a cult. Did that improve their lives? I would argue it's going horribly wrong for them as we speak. You only have to pay attention to the news in America to see how bad that's going. A lot of them are 10 times, 100 times worse off than they were under the previous administration. And I see the same thing happening here. We keep falling for the same tricks. Trinidad doesn't need more empty promises. Trinidad doesn't need more politicians pretending to be your savior. Trinidad needs you, the people, to stand up and be counted. That's where the real change, that's where real change begins. So you've heard me say this over and over again. We need to wake up. We really need to wake up. It's time to stop fighting amongst ourselves. That's the elephant in the room. Indian versus black. We have to stop fighting amongst ourselves over race and party politics. They've used that to divide, to control you over and over again. It's been used to divide and control you over and over again, to distract you, to keep you from seeing that most politicians on both sides are playing you for fools. So, my proposal to you is, if you want a better future, if you want a better future for Trinidad, if you are genuine about wanting a better future for Trinidad, we need to build it ourselves. We need to mobilize, we need to organize, we need to demand better, not just during elections, every single day. We need to demand better. This is not, for me, this is about Trinidad and Tobago. This is about us. This is about us. And if the politicians are not in line with us, at some point we need to wake up. We really do. We need to wake up. I say this, right? If we, for once, decided to take race out of the equation for just a moment, take race out of the equation for just one moment, maybe, just maybe, you might start to see things a little bit more clearly. Just a little bit. Just take it out of the equation. Now, don't get me wrong. Having someone that looks like you in power, it feels good, right? I remember when Obama won the US election, you had black people in America everywhere. They felt inspired naturally. They felt inspired by this man. There's a black leader for the first time. He was of mixed heritage, of course, but he was a black leader for the first time in America. And that inspires you. There was hope, pride, like finally, one of us made it. And I get that. I understand that. That's human nature. We feel connected to people who look like us, who share our background, who come from the same place, our struggles. It kind of gives us a sense of I don't know, it gives us a sense of representation, a feeling that they might understand us a little bit better than the next man, than the next woman, than the next person of a different heritage, of a different race, of a different culture. But today I want to ask you this question and think about it. What did Obama actually do for black people in America? Think about it. What real measurable change came from all the hype? You could easily argue, not very much. Not very much. No major reform, no bold moves, just another leader who played the game and left the system intact. So I see the same thing happening here again. I say the same thing, just like Obama did. He avoided scandals. He spoke well. I mean, whether you could say that about the UNC leader, I don't know. He ticked all the boxes. But for many in the Black community in America, life didn't improve. So what's the lesson here? What is the lesson here? We need to stop being moved just by appearances. Whether it's race, culture, or shared background, none of that means anything. None of that means anything if the person isn't going, or that leader isn't going to fight for real substantive change. And that's what it boils down to. Someone that's going to fight for you and bring the change that we are so desperate for. We have been doing the same thing repeatedly whilst expecting a different result. I want leadership that works for the people, all the people, regardless of color, party affiliation or background. And let's be honest, Stuart Young isn't Black. But that alone shouldn't matter. What matters is, what will he do? What is he going to do for you, the electorate, the people of Trinidad and Tobago? This is why we, the people, we have to start demanding more from our politicians. And I know these sound like big buzzwords. How do we do it? But we need to start demanding more. We need to start holding them accountable. We need to start mobilizing around issues, not personalities, not race, not nostalgia, real action, real results. We need to wake up. Stop voting based on race. Trinidad and Tobago. And with that, I hope you guys like and subscribe if you resonate with the message I had for you today. And I'll see you guys on my next video. Much love. God bless. Take care. Peace.